Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. My name is Nori, and I'm coming to you live from the Digital Engineering server. And it is Saturday morning coffee. So we're going to take a trip around, see some of the changes that have been going on since last stream, and as well as we're going to continue to do some work. I'm taking a little bit of a time off from the Nether Castle, just because it's mostly done. So we'll go take a real quick trip down there. This castle right here. So this place is mostly done. We started doing some work. We got some of the altar stuff in place, so you can start to see some of that behavior. We have one more altar, but that's going to require 4 beacons to finish him out, so we'll do that. I've got glass roof now in place, so we have a nice vaulted ceiling. We have some of the wall structures and everything put in place. The hallways look good. I'm really happy about the hallways. They haven't really had to make too many changes to fix them up. We have our paths. So basically the things that we have left out here are our big towers here off in these cardinal directions, including the broken tower that leans against that landmass, and then all the little spiky bits that give the idea of there's more under the lava to this. So we're really getting close to being done. You can see we've removed all the dirt down there at the bottom, so that runs down now flush with the lava, which is nice. Lots of good little pee holes in between the different areas. All in all, I would say I'm really happy with the way this is turning out and with the way this did turn out. And as far as functionality goes, once we get the last of those towers in, we can move some of the mess that we have inside here out to the towers, like there's Hellfire Forge, the crafting table, the alchemy table that doesn't actually belong in the major ritual room, as it were. So we'll move a lot of this stuff out. But we did plumb in our little teleporter array. Now, the only thing I'm not really happy about is how difficult it is to see out and get out of here, just because I'm thinking I might actually lower that down into the lava just a little bit more, make the step down a little more, and that will kind of help to make it so that you can see all the stars and whatnot. But I don't know. We'll come back to that. The colony is as the colony has been. We've been slowly building it up as we go along. And we still need to finish that tower over there, and we need to get the rest of the wall in up here, in that area to kind of finish that out. And all the walls will be in place. We have updated a few of these buildings. We do need to do some more updates on the buildings. We're slowly pushing our way to level 5 for all of the different builds. There are a few new ones to put in place. We just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Mostly because that requires digging out a bunch of work downstairs in the cave area, because I think we've about reached our limits to what we're going to put outside here. probably my favorite feature right there. And no, it doesn't squish them. It just moves them. They get moved against the wall and they'll sidle out of the way. Now, interesting enough, if you close the door, sometimes they'll actually realize that they can't go that way, and they'll take the subway system to get out, which works out nicely as well. Thinking I want to try and put some kind of like daylight weather sensor or whatnot to close the castle up. But one of the other things that I've been considering doing is removing all the citizen houses from out here and moving them inside the castle. Just so that when people go to sleep, when it starts raining like this and they head to their beds, then they'll go inside the castle. We can close the doors up and, know that all those people are tucked away, safe and secure. Our flower shop, bamboo and paper shop, it's going along nicely. I think they're level 4 now. Yeah. So he's got one more level to go, and then this guy over here is level 4, and the fisherman's complaining, which is not unusual for him. Yeah, flower shop 4. So, all in all, most things are leveled up. I think the fisherman shop needs to be upgraded once more. No, he's also 4. So yeah, I think we've done really good at keeping everything pretty close to some level. Yo, Eat Skull, what's going on, buddy? Morning, Fenrir. How are we doing today? I hate the rain. It's always so depressing. Go back inside where it's dry. So the big thing that we had on the schedule for today was to go do some I got some cleanup work. We're almost done with our Astral Sorcery area. It's looking nice. I just need to whittle down the mountain peak and put in the spindles. So we're trying to do like a little saucer plate mini castle sort of experiment for the Astral Sorcery area. Come on. Oh, don't be painful. There we go. I'm going to stand right perfectly on those spots. So a lot of this has been done between stream sessions, so we'll stick our head out here. Had to take a break from another castle work, but so here's our Astral Sorcery area. This is the waystone that goes to Shale's place. She doesn't, that's the way she chose to get over here. So we built her a little path. Down underneath of here, we're going to add like little stone columns and whatnot to support these, like their spinning plate. I don't know. It just felt more like Astral Sorcery-ish. Ow, what? Ow. Go away. And so we put in the last of our Astral Sorcery places so that we have our Starlight Infuser over here. He's good and ready to go. If you don't know, you can cover these buildings with glass and they still function, which is nice, so that you can have a nice enclosed space. Our attunement circle area. Yeah, we're still programmed for the VCO. Haven't really changed that. The only thing that I have discovered is that when you get snow, if the snow covers the central piece, it'll actually shut down the whole system. So occasionally I have to go out there and clean the snow off the top. Nothing like shoveling some snow. And then of course our altar area. Really like the way this turned out. This is nice and pretty. But yeah, so interesting enough, there's glass half slabs on all of those. And so one of the mod packs that are in here is realistic snowfall, and so it puts snow literally on like stairs, on half slabs, on everything. These are all half slabs as well. They're bottom half slabs. I was trying that. That didn't work out so well. Yeah, it just snow just gets everywhere. So what I have been doing, because there is Psi in this one, I have been actually, so like right here, you can use Psi to conjure a light source. So right over top of the spot where that, where it sits over top of like the main peak point here, you just put a little light source like that, and that's been doing the trick. And then this doesn't look that bad. It's a little hard to see from the other side of the glass, and it doesn't hurt that much. I just haven't been doing that, for crying out loud. Yeah, I just didn't want to use torches, because I didn't want to kind of ruin the effects of the area. So it's almost, I could put string up there too, and that would work to prevent the snow from falling on top of it. I just wasn't. I got to put a glass covering over this. That's the only thing I don't like, is I don't like the way the snow covers these these stairs. So I have to pick them up and put them back down again to clean the stairs off. So I've been covering these areas. I don't know. I'm thinking I might just leave that open anyways, just so there can be this idea of snow. I'm tired of getting attacked. Let's make this some daylight for just a second. It doesn't really change. Let's see, where did I put my sleeping bag? All right, so we'll make this daylight real quick so the phantoms will leave us alone. I'm horrible about remembering to sleep periodically, so I'm constantly being attacked by them. So we got our rockets. So the interesting points is, and we'll just sink down here, is that, yeah, up underneath here, initially I had planned on doing like a big flat area, but I didn't really want that kind of look and feel to it. So instead what I've done is I've been putting little designs underneath the bottom end of it so that I can build a little support. And given that this is Astral Sorcery, my thought was actually to go with kind of like an alignment globe, a celestial orbiting, so that each one of these platforms are kind of like orbiting around the center teleport here. And so we would put a big stand that goes all the way down to the ground underneath this guy, and then do arms out to each one of the little platforms out to the side. That was kind of my thought process on that, just because I don't want these just sitting here floating. Now, if they had some blocks where I could mimic some kind of magical levitation effect, I might be more interested in leaving them floating, but I haven't actually been able to figure out a way to make that look good. So okay, what am I missing, Yo 8 Skull? I could probably use the light sources, just haven't really. But yeah, so I gotta, at the end of the day, there's I just gotta rip out this section of the mountain. Let's see, light practice ones. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think it's over here in Discovery. No, it's not Discovery. That's the very first one. Wow. Exploration. I think I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about the illumination rods. That's what that's called. Yeah, the illumination ones. Yeah, that would be. Oh, yeah. We could try that. What's it going to take to make this guy? So nothing really painful. Other than we have to get it nightfall. Alright, well, we'll wait for nightfall to come. If we decide to go that route, we still have to take out this mountain anyways. We can try that. I don't have an issue with that. I think that would be a good thing to try. Because that would be nice is if we could give it the aspect of floating, then we don't have to have the big trundle thing. And I think that would be more in fitting with a castle developed by old ancient Astral Sorcery guys from way back when. This is really kind of what I was trying to go for here. It's just this idea of, hey, here's this place that they used to come and do whatever they need to do at. Rocket on. Oh, damn it. I can do that. I'm gonna kill myself one of these days. I'm gonna go to launch myself and then throw my gun and fall down a hole. But yeah, it still needed to rip out a portion of this peak. I just hadn't really was thinking, yeah, right from here all the way back. It's just a lot of a lot to rip out. Try to save people the pain of watching somebody just rip out a whole mountain. Ow. But yeah, get out of the water. All in all, though, I like the way this place turned out. Let's see. Do I have? I think I have all my Astral Sorcery stuff still on me. Yes, I do. Yeah, you can't really turn them upside down. I considered that one, and I had made some and was playing around with it. And unfortunately, you can't turn them upside down. And I had thought about changing the coloration on my side gun to make these little light effects here that would occasionally sparkle out. But that's not really cutting it either. The other thought I had too was in here there's quark. So we have quark in here, and so quark has these really interesting blocks. Where is it at? Yeah, these guys right here, these corundum blocks, and they emit little glowy light particles like these, like the woods here are doing. I missed a section of glass. Oh, I fail so hard. I have to go make me some more gray glass. Oh, that's terrible. But they don't, when you surround them on all sides, they stop doing that. And the other problem is if you leave 3 out of 4 sides open, then they start spawning crystals on them. And I don't want crystals to just suddenly start appearing underneath. So that was problematic. Yeah. We can try the light rods. I'm not opposed to that. How much illumination? I don't think I have enough illumination powder. No, I don't have enough illumination powder. But that shouldn't be too difficult to make. We are going to go need some more aquamarine. That's a bit of a pain. Nice thing is once you get this stuff far enough along, you don't actually need night for some of the easier compiles. You can use these collector crystals and they work just fine for that. Alright, so that should give us enough illumination powder for that. Yeah. Okay, so... Oh, I like that. We actually have enough for that. That. And what else do we need? I'm not keeping track. Alright, time to go for a walk. But yeah, this this place has been. I'm satisfied with the way a lot of this looks. And then we're still grinding up the andesite for the nether castle. That's still coming along. We're actually getting really close to being done with that, which would be good. And then the next thing, oh, just not enough. Oh, well, I'm going to just let that sit and wait for night. So the other thing that we have is the Britannia Castle, which I've got to go. I've actually got to go and progress far enough into Britannia to be able to summon the Gaia Garden, because one of the things we had decided that we were going to do was actually go out here into the world somewhere, find a mass area somewhere, and then use the shards of Laputa to rip the whole chunk of the ground out. Then we were going to take and carbon copy that floating island using a schematic cannon from Create and relocate that entire landmass over into the Everdon, and then build our castle for Britannia on top of that floating landmass in Everdon. So that's going to be fun. That is going to be a stream not to miss, is watching, because I don't know if anybody's ever seen the little Laputa thing rip the ground up out of the ground, but it's a very satisfying sight to watch. Oh, what am I thinking? Did I stick it in here? I did stick it in here. Ha 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 ha. That's the other building I'm missing. I knew I was forgetting another building. I need a building for the telescope. That's not enough. I think it's supposed to be like that. Maybe. Man, it had to be 4 across. Yeah, it's going to be 4 across. Oh well. Move it back 1. And then I just stuck it in a funky place again. Right. Who cares? It's going to be light here very shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. These are nice for helping, especially if you're doing Astral Sorcery. This works out great for helping to skip through night cycles. That was a nice way to advance time really quick. So, you know, work all night, sleep during the day. There we go. One shifting star. I don't know why it's been doing this, but as of recently, the latest Astral Sorcery is not consuming the liquid starlight buckets when you use them in the crafting recipes. I'm not complaining a whole lot per se, because, you know, that's been really helpful, but, you know, they're not using it, so I get it back. Let's see. Go. Should be all the more we need for this. No. Need more of that. Alright. Put that together real quick. Need that right now. You never know when you need a bucket of liquid starlight. Go back in there. All right, let's go see what this looks like. Yeah, it's about like doing the not that much different than doing a colorized conjure light source. Except for that's around a little bit more. Wonder if we can surround that in glass. Give it an interesting effect. Let's try that. Let's go make some glass real quick. I need to make some glass anyways because I neglected to put enough to finish out the area up top. So there we go. We gotta have glass anyways. Sand. I come so rarely back to the lab anymore. I spend most of my time out after farming everything up. I just don't come back here anymore. It's like, where did I put this stuff at? That's dumb. That's a good way to lose the glass. It doesn't land in the right spot. And the only problem with this is you don't get the experience for smelting the items, unfortunately. But it is the fastest way to smelt a stack of items. Other than if you go to mechanism. Oh, that reminds me, Yoid Skull. One of the members on the server is Jetpack Boy. He went and made himself a jetpack and then promptly killed himself with it. It was actually pretty funny. Yeah. Well, he's like, I need to fly. I need to fly. I'm like, okay, well, go get an Elytra or something. Yeah, no, I'm going to try this. And makes himself a jetpack. And then was flying around with it, lost control, ran out of fuel, and then fell to his death. But at the same token, it's not very unusual for this character. I think if there is a way to die on the server, he has discovered it in all its myriad forms. Absolute expert at getting killed by stuff. But I imagine there's always a guy like that on every server. Let's see. I don't know why I made double sets of gray. I don't need all that gray, but I am curious. So there is in this one, this is actually really neat that they let you do. Oh no! Yeah, that's painful. Let's do this. Here we go. Edge aligned. These are really kind of interesting. I just don't know if you can get more than one on a block or not. So, here, piece of dirt. So you can do these edge lines like this. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me do more than one. Yeah, that. Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, that just sounds painful. I played around with those lasers before. I think I actually shot myself one time when I was first messing around with it. Turned out to be rather fun. Let's see, can I do it like this? Looks like we can. And so we could do That makes for a potential like lamp. Um, Problem is the particle effects go up. You need is something that goes down. Fortunately, if this was 117, I would grab some of those flower petals that have the drip down effects from. They're called now. And that might work. In fact, those actually would work really well, just because they have that. They would look a little unearthly, a little magically effective. I can't think of what they're called. It's a shame too, because they've done a number of like backports for, especially in Quark. Maybe that's where I'll find it at. Quark seems like to pull in a lot of things from 117 into 116. No, I'm not seeing them. That makes for a nice light source, a nice like a custom lamp or something. If we put like gray glass there or whatnot, that would actually be kind of cool. These were the corundum pieces here I was talking about. They put off these like random light effects all over the place. Would have been nice if those had done that, because these you can hang upside down. So that would have given you a nice little effect. Ooh, I wonder. Now, I really still need aubergines. You that face the right direction. Face the right direction. It almost looks promising. Let's see if we take some gray glass to that. Maybe. Either going to be gray or black. I think you can actually do these in double panes. That's what a double pane looks like. I don't know what a double pane looks like. Doesn't look any different. Oh. Well, that's interesting. No, it's going to have to be black. It needs to be a darker color. That might actually work. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so I had two choices on that, and let's see, I think I stuff all that in this bag. Too many bags to keep track of. There's glass. Alright, put all that back in there. Yes. Alright. She makes those paint in glass. Yeah, no. I just don't like that. And it's not really quite the look I'm going for. This is what I'm talking about. Those Corundum just spawn these things all over the place. Alright, so not really quite what we're looking for, unfortunately. It was a good thought. It was a good try. But not quite what we're looking for. So that gets to get retired into the bag of... I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't know why I have dirt in the bag if I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Alright. Still need the glass because I still need to go fix up the missing glass. Here. So yeah, we're back to how do we want to do that? Because yeah, it's either a pillar or it's going to be, and that's the big problem, is trying to find something with a down. It's gonna be a falling animation almost. And too much of what happens here in Minecraft wants to go up. So I figure it's better just to support it on a spindle, if nothing more. I don't know. What does that look like? It's gonna be expensive. I'll lift the andesite. Alright. Well, if it can be hung upside down, I won't care. The wastestones have some rather interesting pieces. So let's see. Need one more purple dye. I'm being an idiot. I don't know why I'm coming down there to look. Blossoms. Dye. Oh, do I really? Oh, that's terrible. Ah, that is absolutely... Oh, that's horrible. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, you're right. This is why we do Saturday morning coffee, but there, I should have updated that. Thank you. Wow, totally missed that one. Yeah. It happens. I'm still working on my first cup of coffee. I'm not even like 4 or 5 sips through this thing yet. That's okay. We were doing rounds, I think, like 2 weeks ago, and we swapped over to modded rounds so we could do team death matches with a couple other people. And I forgot to update the in the stream software. I forgot to update the exec to go monitor, and so like the back half of the entire stream is just black screen. You can just hear me talking. That's it. It's missed. Just nothing else. Just me talking. I'm like, okay, yeah, complete fail on that one. All right, so we have that. That's, I'm telling you, real quality content. I'm just right on the money on that one. Yeah, just, you know, everybody has their days. All right, you actually is, that won't be teleported to, so I don't really care. But if I can hang you upside down, Oh, you won't hang upside down. Yeah, Katoa, one of the guys on the server, sent it to me. He's like, "Here, you gotta come play this with me," and we started doing that. Like, so we've been doing that on Fridays. We did a little last night. He basically just he I think he pulled me into it just so that he could trash talk me the entire time and kill me, which is predominantly what happened. Was he just trash talked me and then killed me all over the place. Okay. So that's not going to work either, unfortunately. Here's a fun fact. Don't let old guys play new games. It's a shame because it reminds me of the old stick fighting games that we used to do back on armor games and whatnot way back in the day. It just, my manual dexterity for that is just not where it used to be. Alright, so that doesn't work. I'm not getting a toothed lantern anytime soon. So, the only thing that I have found with that is, and while that is true, all that means is that it takes me a little bit longer to die. But just a little bit. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all good fun. No? Well, that's interesting. I might have to try that next time. First, if you're dying enough that you're able to keep selecting those cards to get them, you probably got more problems to deal with. Yes. As an old school tanker, I used to do a lot of like WoW, EverQuest, and whatnot back in the day, and I was a heavy tank. Pure HP is absolutely a valid strategy as long as you have the defense to take the hits. Might be something worthwhile to try out. Alright, I think I'll pick me a shroom generator. Now I'm in here just grabbing every weird kind of light source block that I can find. Looking through this. If I have any shrooms. Don't think I have any shrooms. I think of where I would have shroom lamps if I had any. Nope, I'm just gonna have to go look for some in the nether. I would have to try that out. That actually sounds rather doable. As far as I'm concerned, anything that will let me win more than like one match in about a 5 with him is good. Why am I on fire? Oh, stupid dog. Let's see. Oh, good. There's a forest that way. Let's go find us a forest. off the edge. That's my luck. Alright. I think we want at least a couple of these. If this works out, then I will be making myself a shroom forest. No shroom generator. 4. I think those are all. 1. So yeah, that'll give me a couple of those. Of course, the stone lamp wants that, but I'm not going to do anything with the stone lamp. Alright, let's try those out. Maybe that'll give us the look that we're looking for. I'm really trying to avoid going and putting out the large spindled underneath that build because I really just don't want to do that. Quick reload is a godsend. Quick reload with combine is just fun. Quick reload with what is that, spray and mayhem. It's just suicide. Yes. I think it was last night. Shale was playing with us, and I think she managed to nail quick reload with spray and freeze and poison and just not that it does any good, but it did make Katoa cry a little bit more. So that was pretty funny. I kind of like the looks of those. Even if these don't work out, we may use these for something else. What? Oh, that's cobbled deep slate. What it wants is actual deep slate. Do I have just normal deep slate? There's all of it. Oh. Alright. 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 So to show you how much I really enjoy the Create Furnace. I have multiple copies of this thing all over the place. Of course, some of them work faster than others. Does it really? The Phoenix always feels like a little overpowered. Somebody gets that thing and it's like, yeah, that fight just sucks. Interesting. Well, I know glass cannon is just painful. But, you know, it does actually match its namesake, so I guess I can't complain too much. Alright, and now for the big reveal. What is these guys? I actually think I like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. All right. We are making ourselves a shroom farm. Because I think that'll add the touch that we're missing from our astral place. Especially the face. Because then we could just, you know, write the lore around it that the faces are the builders of the place, and through their will, it's holding it up. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Okay. All right, we are going to go do some real flight work, and it is nighttime, and this is why we went and got our Vicio, so we can do things like this. Steady shot, huh? I really considered. Now, Katoa likes Big Bullet. Seems to be his preferred. That works. Okay, so we just need to pitch those out a little bit more. There's a nice happy medium between blocks. I think that's going to work. All right, so we can do floating magic-y things. We just need to build out a little strut underneath these. I'm good with that. All right, so we have things to do. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I still had rounds up there from last night. But yeah, we've been doing those rounds. If you like the PvP is fine. I don't know. Have you tried Gunfire? I think it's called Gunfire Reborn. Which, yeah, that one's fun. So we actually, our Friday night FPS has actually started with Gunfire, but we weren't getting a whole lot of traction with the game. Yeah, we're looking forward to that too. But we may be bringing that back onto Friday nights as an alternative to rounds. So absolutely, yeah, blast. We like that one. I'm a big shotgunner, so I like the that Kinyan. I'm horrible pronouncing that dude's name. But he's also the one that plays like really kind of tanky. Lots of hit points. The armor's great. Actually, I would argue that the illusion is the best weapon in that game. At least that's my personal preference, anyways. Little lag spike. There we go. All right, so we need to figure out how to replicate this sort of behavior. I gotta figure out if I can even do that. Yeah, let's see. Are you talking about the serpent or the flighty bird? The wind. Okay. Yeah, the serpent. 2 seconds on him. That's impressive. I spend most of my time running around. Now the lion bird. I can with the illusion I can drop both sets of the first level boss and the winged serpent boss in like 2 seconds with the illusion. But you kind of have to have things lined up. Like I said, I like to use King Yang for that, and trying to get that 7 meter skill set of his really just ramps up that damage. I'm trying to think of all the... There's a particular progression path in his skills that you can pick up that just... It just makes him unkillable. It just becomes a god out there. Yeah, by default. I haven't actually seen a good wild hunt. In fact, most of the wild hunts I get are kind of craptacular. It would be nice, and I haven't tried it yet. With like, there's a couple of uh, scrolls that you can get that help with like reloads, and I think wild hunt would be great if you could negate the reload on that, or could increase the reload. But like, there's a couple of them that as soon as you're picking up the ammo goes directly into the magazine versus into your reserves. And then there is one specifically, and my brain is drawing a blank on it. It's been a couple weeks since I've actually logged in and played. But there's one specifically that will take directly from your ammo reserves rather than out of the clip. And so I think if you had those with Wild Hunt, that would make that like a fairly ungodly gun at that point. What was I doing? Oh, yes. So we need a lot of... So I need a lot of bone meal. Yeah, that I know who you're talking about. I never could get into his play style. Just not a big fan of the dog. Just couldn't get behind it. I am absolutely happy to go Kinyan. Yeah, exactly. Give me the bird. Just stand out of my way. I'm just gonna bulldoze through everything. You just run, put the gun up in front of everybody's face. You don't even have to worry about aiming at that point. You just run. Katoa likes to play. He likes the electric cat. That's his favorite. He likes to play sniper. Right, so we need to make... If you... And that's the problem, is I don't like getting... I don't like depending on luck. I'd rather have... Because luck is fine, don't get me wrong. But over a longer session, especially when you get into the harder levels, luck's a little too spiky for me. I'd rather have consistency, because I can always move and avoid most of what's coming at me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I don't kill it in the first two shots. That's fine. If it takes me 15 to kill it, takes me 15 to kill it. But no, I won't be sweating at 15. And playing as a shotgun and running up face first into the people and like, hey, I'm just gonna stand right here in your face and then unload. I have spent so much time just running around with a shotgun because it's a fun game for stress relief, and just kind of run up to everything and be like, yeah, you shot me, so what? Bang. So distracted right now. Oh yes, tree cutting. I don't think this is going to work for the tree cutting system. We're going to make one to find out. So observer, block, and an axe. Okay. I have plenty of... Yes, I have plenty of metal bars. So we just need an axe. Some iron. I really put iron all over replace. Alright, so there's the stuff for the axe. Observer, I think we can call that stuff downstairs. Don't have any cobblestone. That's impressive. I actually don't have any cobblestone. This is when you can tell that you have optimized your farms far too well. Because then the very basic of materials is the stuff that you're missing. Alright, it's one of those. There we go. That came out of this bag. Where everything's at. But yeah, Focus, we do a regular, like, Friday night, I don't know what time zone you're in, so it may not work for you. But we do a regular Friday night PvP Battle Royale. I know Katoa does, like, Warzone. That's his favorite thing to do. I'm not a big Warzone fan. I have played it a couple times with him. It's all good. Well, you know, a half a second here or there, nobody's perfect. Okay. That's going to take it a little bit, but... what we need to see, we're going to do two things with this. We're going to see if block underneath of it gets changed, because if it never gets changed, then that works out really well. Oh, that's always painful. Yeah, I think that the worst part is you get a nice setup, kind of blazing through everything. You get right up to the Hiroki, Imimaru, whatever, the last guy, and then just get slaughtered for the AoE stuff that he's got going on because you're just not paying any attention. I see. So that's problematic. That works to cut down the wood, but not the... well, that's not going to get us what we want. Oh, I tend to get distracted easy. I tell you what I miss. Things that I miss are the old school tactical fights from back in the days of like EQ and early WoW. Some of those are I miss. I like the I don't get me wrong, I have no issue with the PvP stuff. Well, so yeah, you're right. There is that charge up with the illusion that kind of sucks. How in the world is... However, I've also found that given the right illusion, you can actually get illusions that don't have that spin up time. What's your thoughts on the porcupine? You haven't gotten the porcupine? It's a shotgun. Pretty goofy shotgun, but it's still a shotgun. Right click is a big fire disperse. It's kind of like the wild hogs. And then left click fires a single bullet that, yeah, that's the porcupine. That one. It splits like 6 ways from Saturday. There, fixed. Wow, at least I'm consistent. I forgot it on both sides. Yeah, I'm kind of mixed emotions because if the generic porcupine sucks. Yeah, but that hit at range is just not really worth the trouble. I'd rather have the wild hog over that guy because the primary fire of the wild hog does the same thing. And really, all right, I've got a dark spot somewhere around here. Oh, never mind. I know where the dark spot's at. It's over there. The range doesn't actually hit as hard as I would like it to. And most of that is because I think what ends up happening is some of the bullets fire away from, because of the way the scatter shot works, because it fires away from the target you're shooting at. So unless you fire it at a ground in front of, yeah. Under those circumstances, I'd rather have an illusion. Illusion has just as good a range as the porcupine does in that case. All right. Right. 3. Yes. The most general all around shotgun that I would run around with is hell. Yes. And I will pick that one up in a heartbeat if I don't have a better option. If you get a good enough reload speed on it too, that it's actually just as good as any of the higher rate fire guns, like the Illusion or whatnot in some cases. All right, so we need Spencer. Think of a way to actually clear. I suppose we can just do a TNT bomb. I'll be honest with you, I find when it comes down to guys with shields, I usually try to keep like an electric offhand or getting an elemental based shotgun. I think are probably the better options for that. I usually keep an electric, and then my primary is whatever it happens to be. I don't don't really care, because once you strip the shields off, the rest of it's cakewalk. Yes, piercing is good. Like a lightning gun. You can get like an illusion with lightning effect that will like literally shred a shield faster than you can kill him with piercing. Though if you can get the piercing scroll. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Those are actually better for those cases, yeah. Though a piercing scroll works really nice. If I get a piercing scroll, I have almost no need to pick up a hell. I have gotten some of those like early on. That's been absolutely wonderful for that. All right. So we need a way to chop down. Oh, that's right. We were going to. We can always use a create machine. I think I still have that one myself to get. Aha. Suckered the machine. Yeah, that's not fun. It's not my idea of a good time, anyways. All right. Hopefully this works for a tree cutting system. Yes, we have that. A couple fans. So I basically have everything I need. Let's go grab. Some nylium. Oh, that's a good question. If we're going the way they've been running that lore, the next animal would have, and it's not really an animal, it would have to be a dragon. They would need some kind of dragon creature. Beyond that, I would hope to see like an eagle would be good, or a tiger. And not the lightning tiger. I want to see something more like Bengal tiger, yellow, black stripes. I think it would be interesting to see if they would do a more of a like a Chinese dragon type of character, just because that might prove to be interesting. But I'm not even certain what they would do as far as how to play him. Panda would be good too. He'd be a panda character to play. You can see all those Jack Black references and people doing Kung Fu Panda everywhere. This is probably the only reason why I'm like, I really hope they don't do that. I just don't want to live through all the references that are going to go happen. Well, yeah, but I mean, there's nothing saying you can't. Why don't they just give you the innkeeper to play then? Hey, he's decided he's done with the BS. He's gonna get out there and do something. Fans. I've actually made one of those. I put there's my wrench. My wrench in the thing of uselessness. Okay. Hopefully this has got enough power to run. Throwing something in here that should be enough to do what I need to do. Yeah, Katoa plays super defensive sniper. I always just play super aggressive shotgunner. Alright, now. Well, you pick up everything. Other than just taking forever. Okay, so I got pretty much everything, actually. So that's a far sight better. We just need to... Oh, I wonder if they fixed that. Oh. It is not in there. No, I have not. Unfortunately, I have not tried that one yet. Should I just stuck that thing back? I don't need to go anywhere. I can do it this way. This will work. Oh, nice and cleaned up. Okay. That was terrible. That's been a lot of the things that I've been watching a number of potential games that I'm like, oh, that looks like that might be good, but the cost for some of these are just a little. Oh, that one may have. What are you looking for? Of course, I say that, and I'm used to doing the old subscription games where you pay $15 a month to play the same freaking game over and over and over again. So I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Wow, that just spreads that way. Okay, so you definitely need... We would need to do a collection system. We could actually just set this up. Okay. I think I know how we're gonna do this. I think I'm going to need some stuff. Actually, we can do it a little. So we have there's portable storage. Well, yes, but I actually kind of wanted to collect it. Plus, I don't have like tons of warp fungus unless I go farm it. But if I put a bone wheeling system here against the bottom block, then it will grow whatever we need to. We just shake the bottom block, get what it needs to, and then it can make its own fertilizer, so to speak, bone meal to keep the whole system going. If we put this on a piston, a rotating piston, or a turntable, so that it just swings around into the tree periodically to clip it, collect it, so that it's not doing that maneuver, then we can dump off all of the warp blocks into a composting bin to continue to feed the system with fertilizer. And then, because really the things that we want are going to be the warp stem and the shroom light. So anything else can get turned into compost material. So yes, in most cases I would agree, water, and the simpler the better. But with Create, I can just attach a chest right on top of it. Yes, I miss Thaumcraft. I also, to be honest, I miss Thaumcraft, and I miss having, and even with some of the later ones, the what is that? It's the alchemy one. My brain just checked out on me again. Equivalent exchange. That's what it's called. Think alchemy. Yeah, equivalent exchange. I miss that one. Mostly just because the grind wasn't bad though. I never really cared that it took me forever to get the stuff to get going in equivalent exchange, because once you got going, it pretty much took care of itself, which was nice. But it also made doing things like this easier, because you could just, I need 14 of these, whatever this is, and as long as you were producing the required ingredients for it, the materials, whatnot, then that worked out rather well. And so you still end up making farms to create things, but you didn't have to do a lot of really complicated farms to build a bunch of stuff. Now, there is the statement. Yes. Thaumcraft, the latest, the new Thaumcraft stuff works out really nicely. That was always fun. I like the fact that you had to be careful not to over pollute your area too. And so you had places where you did a lot of your high magic at that would inevitably get polluted, because that was just the nature of that beast. And then you had your base. You didn't run the two together too much, because that was just bad. I just stuck away. Yeah, that's been great. All right. So let's take a counting of what we have. It looks like I'll have to make a turntable. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I like the little fissures in the air that would just show up. Those are so much fun. That was good. All right, so we need a turntable. I need a chest. We'll need some compost. We'll need some hoppers. Oh. Yes. I would have to agree with you on that one. If they had a little more... It would have been nice to seen. Well, so if they get big enough, you do know that those things get big enough, they will actually start to eat the ground around them, right? Kind of almost like a black hole effect. And after a certain point, they do corrupt the ground around them, so they'll turn it into you'll get purple ooze and everything else. That, but yeah, I think it would have been interesting to see like a corner of block, like if they mixed chiseled and bits with that, so that you could take out a small portion chunk of the block. That would have been kind of cool. Exactly. That yeah, you should pay a price for that. You know, you're just touching pure entropy. That's right. I was like, what was I looking for? Hoppers. Gotta make some hoppers. Make some chests. Hoppers and chests. All right. So there are chests. Yep. Yeah, you should have to pay for that. You shouldn't just be able to just stand there and be like, nah, that's fine. I'm not dying. It's not hurting me. No, yeah. Exactly. No, no, no. It shouldn't be the way that is. Let's take a stack out of it. Alright, so I did not leave my hoe there. Where did I leave that thing? I have to start hanging signs, missing hoe. And then I have to answer the really embarrassing questions by exactly what I mean by that. um, yeah, but they're I don't like playing the Xbox games on my computer, and I don't actually own an Xbox, so um, it kind of defeats the purpose, I think. Suppose I could get one. I haven't really been attracted to that game system. Um, in fact, I think I walked away from most console games back during what was that, PS1, PS2. Yeah, PS2 was the last game console I actually owned. Um, and then I went heavy into computer gaming, and I've not looked back. Not interested in the flights of fancy. All right, so we have hoppers, we have a compost bin. I think that should handle most of that. Oh, a hopper hawk would be good. You know, I could just make my life easier and just use a hopper hawk. I keep forgetting I had these stupid plants. But I think still pitches it in a funny line. I've actually been trying to figure out whether or not I really want to try that one out. That looked interesting in Subnautica. I have played Dead Space over at my daughter's house. That one was actually kind of fun. I haven't done Doom Eternal yet. I hear her. All right, so we have that. We have that. That's not a bad idea, I suppose. Unless you just... Oh, what did I... Oh, okay. I just need to do that. That's not bad. I think my big hang up on that is, I tend to like to replay games from the beginning. I suppose I guess you could just reorder the game. But you're really kind of dependent on them keeping that game available. Versus if you actually just own your own copy of it, then you can just plop it in whenever you want. Go ahead, hit me with it. I suppose the easiest thing would be... Okay, that makes some sense. So yeah, basically, yeah, you get back the money that you put in for it. That is a good argument. That is a good, strong argument for that. Well, I will not argue on that one. I had a system. Need more coffee. Need more coffee. All right. So what we need now is we need two systems. We need a system to... Yeah, I definitely have to do something. Go look into that. That's the guy we want. So we're going to do a little bit of cleaning. Well, I am not opposed if there are... if you can find better games to play. I always do this. Why? Let's just make this hard on myself. I was, to be honest with you, that was not even the first thing that had come to my mind. I hadn't even considered that. Oh, you know what? I know what I can borrow. Go over here. Because we are going to dummy up a really stupid system to start with, and then we will iterate and make it work the way we want it to work. For right now, we just need to get something up and going. comes the trick. Let's see, it's linear chassis. I think I just stuck myself in a hole. Yeah, mechanical bearing. That's the thing I was looking for. Okay. And we should have everything else we need. Alright, let's come with mechanical bearing. Which is a turntable, and I believe that's all we really need for that. Oh, there we go. Mechanical bearing. And site. Turntable. Yep. So basically everything that's in my box back over yonder. The things we do. There is that. There's nothing better than going, ah, man, I would really like to play. Oh, wait, I actually have that game already. Those are fun. Those. On a turntable, that's just a slab. And no, I do not have a crafting table. I give Shale a hard time because, you know, she's always making crafting tables, setting them down somewhere, forgetting about them. And I'm not doing any better today. I am just making crafting tables and leaving them. I had considered Ark at one time. Some guys I used to work with that were had an Ark server, and they were really big into playing that. And then there was a whole lot of drama fallout because somebody did something to somebody's pet dinosaurs or something. I don't know. It's just like, no. I don't get involved in that. Alright, so there's that. Linear chassis or two. On our super glue. Have our chest, and we need our storage. Alright. So let's. This looks good right here. Push you back down. Power. Like, it's a bit of free power. The easier way to do this would be to use a windmill bearing. And put a piece of wool on that. And that would work too. Yeah, I think that's my big problem I have with trying a lot of new games is that I don't want to spend the money because I may just not like the game. If the game sucks, then I have spent money on something that I am now stuck with. But I think a lot of that is old school mentality from back when we were buying NES and whatnot. And so you would go to the store or spend your $20 on a new game and then decide you didn't really like it. That was always painful. This is one block too high. Oh. There's a collection of zombies down there. Don't mind me, Mr. Zombies. I am not doing a thing. I guess technically I'm doing many things, but I'm not doing anything that you need to concern yourself with. How about that? Okay. Beth Theta's games are... God, those were always so much fun to play those. I remember playing those when they were coming out. Absolutely fantastic games. Alright, so... Tree chop, chop, chop. Sawmill at. Sawmill. I just got that one. Oops. Extractor. Oh. Wait. That. And for right now, I think I need another chest. Yeah. That's okay. I got one. Do like that. Should. Right, I don't stand in the way. Satisfy the requirements? Yes. Good. Perfect. Not the fastest thing in the world, but it doesn't have to be. Okie dokie. So, out. Here. Just like that. And what we'll need to do is figure out a way to spice that up a little bit. Curious to see what that will do. That should just ignore that. Choppy. Oh, yeah. I'm a right genius, aren't I? Gotta have the chest. Or it won't actually store it. Alright, and then I should put that back to rights. Okay. Manual to start with, but we will build some detectors in. Catch all of that. Shouldn't be anything that goes into that because there's nothing there right now. That should suck it all up into the chest. Beautiful. was it on that? That grow back up. There we go. And then all we have to do is from here, we pick out the warp stuff. All of that can go right back up in here and feed back into the system. Okay, so it's basic, it's generic, but it's functional and does what we need it to. It's granted, it's by hand right now, but it is a start in the right direction. Now we can work on, we'll need to put in some filters. Yes, I remember those. Yeah, I remember Volt, Skyrim. You know, I remember back when, what was it before Skyrim? Oh, my brain's drawing a blank again. Oh, what was that old one we used to play? No, I'm gonna think about it like. I'm going to remember the name of this thing I'm searching for. Oh, this actually may be a better. Why so far? Oh, hey, well, thank you for the follow. We, now, sometimes on Friday nights, I say sometimes, well, actually, the last couple of Friday nights that we had people hop into the stream and whatnot, we ended up inviting them to come along and come play with us in whatever it was we're doing. So, you know, if you were around, that's not over. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I keep telling people I started doing streams and whatnot, to record the things that I was doing, just because I thought it was interesting. But I also do a lot of this. Oh, even I hit the wrong buttons on my keyboard. We're also doing this to try and build an old community. Oh, I missed that. We used to play on WoW. We had a fairly large guild in World of Warcraft back when we used to play. We actually had a number of those, and I'm going to have to tell you to take a number because I think we have a couple of them already, but we're always happy to take on more. We all have our fun. Almost. Yeah, Shale has. Oh, look at that. Yeah, see, this is just going to basically feed itself. We just need to be able to treat this block and then get it to grow the things that we want. Yep. It's usually the way it works out. We usually find a lot of like-minded people because we just start talking to people and like, oh, these are the things that I think this is what I think is cool, and you know, people just tend to seek out like-minded individuals. It's actually it's fun. We have a good time. We do an awful lot of laughing and joking, and nobody takes anything serious. That way you don't get your, you know, it doesn't, it's not nice to hurt people's feelings, and we just don't believe in that sort of thing. So we all just like to have a lot of fun. All right. So that is definitely going to feed the system. That is going to work out lovely. So what we need to do now... He's going to have to work really hard at that one. The unfortunate part is I'm just far too old to care. I'm not really that old. I just, you know, I just feel old. 2021 or 2020 really just like made everybody, I think, age 50 years. Nice. I probably have at least that much in any one game of the Mega Man series from 1 through 8. And Legends of Zelda's, all the old NES ones, I've probably put in that many hours. I'm an old school 8-bit fanatic. I love my Mega Man. I love Metroid. I've been actually looking into trying to figure out if I really want to spend the money and go get the new Metroid for the Switch. Yes, I know 20XX. Yep. Played those. I remember the very first X series that came out on Super NES. I had that one. Played that one as well. I played X2, and I think that's where I stopped at that point. I haven't played any of the newer ones past that. We might be talking about two different things. Are you talking about Mega Man or are you talking about Metroid? Oh, no, I have not played that one. I didn't even know that was a thing. I do know that on my phone I am playing, what is this called? Mega Man X Dive. It's been my latest little part-time hobby to play. But that's just... I'll spend 5 or 6 minutes on it at a shot, and then that's about it. It's not... Huh. Well, I have never heard of it. I'll have to go look that one up. You're not going to like that. I don't care. That's interesting. Oh, I'm a diehard Mega Man fanatic. I've been playing Mega Man since a long time ago. Can. And that's always been something I thought that Mega Man missed out on. Really missed the boat, was the fact they never did a like a multiplayer game for it. So I always thought it would be like super cool to be able to have somebody play as Mega Man and have somebody else running around behind him. It's like Rush back in the old days. Thought that would have been like. They did something very similar to that back in the old Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog, where when they introduced Tails as a character, it became somebody that you could actually play. And so playing around with your buddies back in the day, somebody's Sonic, the other one is Tails. That was pretty fun too. Let's see what this does. Oh. Okay. I am not opposed to streaming anything. I'm happy to try anything out. It doesn't really phase me one way or the other. It's like Katoa's like, here, we got to try this one, and you know, he sent me the game to go play for rounds. I'm not opposed to streaming anything. I'm doing this just to have fun and meet new people. So, come on, really? Could have just done that. Yeah, those are. Oh, wow, that's fabulous. Toaster processor better. Yeah, that's not like at all difficult to do. Okay, so we definitely need somebody to fire upwards, or at least at the mycelium block. Oh, that gives me an idea. Yeah, that's pretty good. There goes that and that. So we were super clever. Let's go get that thing out of my way. And the only thing we need to solve for. Keep getting weird warp blocks in funny places. There's my dispenser. I knew you were going to do that. There. It's in the right direction. That. Let's just make random tick noises everywhere. Actually, what I should, yeah. we can just pop that up occasionally. And then we can trip. Send that around, so we'll put these guys on the same timer circuit and get rid of that. Okay, I think we're moving right along here. Some definite headway. Working out well. You know, the other game that we tried, and we couldn't get enough people for it. It was unfortunate. Because Shale really was enjoying it. Was that The Unfortunate Spaceman? We were trying to get enough bodies together to be able to do a kind of multiplayer Among Us version of that. Whatever the normal mode is for that. We just couldn't get enough people interested in playing, unfortunately. So we did the little PvE section of the game, and that was fun. We had a good time with that. But it would have been nice to have been able to put together, I don't know, 6-7 people to actually dive in there and figure out who's the monster and just, you know, have a good night playing and having fun at it. All right. So now what we need is a timing mechanism. Don't care about that. Yeah. Well, I think that would be fantastic. I think we're always looking to add more people to the party and just having fun. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Are you on Discord? Focus. I'm losing focus right now. So we have a server, Digital Engineering, is the name. Here, let me. Yeah, should be able to find it. Wow, I can't spell this morning. There we go. Really just can't spell this morning. It's open. We people just kind of sort of land in there. It's free to hop in and say hi or whatnot. We usually have a lot of our discussions about what's going on there and what we're all up to doing. So, you know, if you want to play Warzone with Katoa, you're welcome to. You want to... Yeah, seriously, you can't find it? Let's do this. I'm not blocking it. We've had a couple people just pop in. Let's see. Invite. Here, I'll put the invite link right up here. There you go. If we got something going on, that's usually where it's going to show up at. So we kind of keep most everybody up to date with what's going on. There you go. So that's usually that's where we like tell everybody, hey, come in, say hi, see what's going on. Usually when people are online, they're chatting away in general chat or chat 2, maybe chat 3 sometimes. FPS is primarily where a lot of the Warzone stuff happens at. So like I said, if you're big into that, that would be where you would find a lot of that activity. And then most everybody else just hangs out in general chat, and we talk, and I put polls up every now and again, and then we try to figure out games in which to go do, coordinate with everybody. And some of these we put on stream, and we share it. And then others are just, hey, these are just private games for us, and we're just playing and having a good time and whatnot. So, yeah, I would say just keep an eye out on the general chat activity, and when somebody's like, hey, we're gonna go do this, and it's where it's gonna show up at. There you go. There's Katoa for you. Okay, I have this. Oh, that's right. I need a piston here now, because what we need is to be able to pop this block periodically, and we have to be able to lock that block so it doesn't pop, because we don't want it to go up when I have a piston. I don't have a piston. Well, I definitely have the wood to make a piston. Those, one of those. I want a slime ball, because apparently I just can't be bothered to keep anything on hand today. We have a variety mixed of unspecified genders. Yeah, you get to learn people as you interact. Good group, good solid group of people. They're all just fun to play with. Okay, so we have that. What we need is a way to lock. Because we want this to periodically pop up and shake loose whatever's here, provided that it's not sending a signal. So can we get away with... Now we're just going to continue to add on and see what all we can get away with. So we did that. So we're not going to do a hopper, or we're not going to do an observer clock there. It's not happening because I'm not going to listen to it. Well, so yeah, you would be right in the right age group for most of the people. Me and Shale are the old folks of the server. Though she'll tell you otherwise. She's still in her prime, but we are essentially the old folks of the server. It's just fine. That's not going to work, is it? That is not going to work like that. We need this. No. You won't be you're actually right in the middle. So, there you go. I don't think you're the oldest or the youngest. I think you're kind of right dead center. for what it's worth. Oh, yeah, that works. Because then I should be able to... Where is some... Should be able to take this. No, no. That's not going to work. I need some stone. Yep, I need some stone. There's some stone. I need some sticks. Some sticks. Wow, I actually have the stuff I need when I asked for it. That is an impressive feat today. It's a very impressive feat for today. That shouldn't be ticking that. Can't think of why that would be ticking that, but we'll just see. Yes. Alright, and then we grab ourselves a lever, because who doesn't want a lever for testing purposes? No, that has got that locked. Yeah, that had it locked. Oh, bother it all. Okay, we're gonna have to come up with a different strategy here. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna fit in just fine around here. You are every bit as weird as the rest of us. Welcome to the party. Either way. Oh, you know what? We just do a timer. No, I don't want to do a timer. I need a detector switch. That's what we need. We need to see when... I'd be a specific detector switch. Or we just sit here by hand and do it. I don't really want to sit here by hand and do it. Alright, so we're back to thinking about this some more because it's still too early. Again, you were going to fit in just fine. Unfortunately, I used to have a Tumblr account way back a long time ago where I would post messages of the days, where I too use very large, fanciful words to discuss very inane, mundane things. Like newspaper article stories, we had breaking news stories, we had little gossipy tales, we had any chance that I could try and throw together big $20 words so that they sounded awfully fanciful and whatnot. Yeah, that was my shtick. Lots of fun doing that. Well, so the title of the server is really more reminiscent of the fact that it marks what I do for a living, and then what we do for fun, and the fact that when it comes down to Minecraft, I am a big gadgetry guy. So doing this sort of build and work some more and figure out what's broken and yep. Go, man, go. I gotta figure out a better way of figuring out when this thing grows up. suppose I could go look up some other farms and see how they're doing it, but I kind of just want to... I just want to do this on my own and not have to depend on somebody else's shenanigans. So what we need to do is be able to figure out when because we can do that. That doesn't do anything. Nice. I spend my days working on the now that can actually run. Or we just ran out of bone meal. Sorry, I'm actually and then once that pops that Denmark, huh? It's usually some of the best way things happen. Happy accidents. They're the greatest treasure that we all have. Let's see. To be honest, what would be nice is if I wonder. Stop that. You know, it's content is content. We're doing this to have fun, meet new people. It's been an absolute blast. I think if nothing more comes out of this, I have made a lot of new friends. And it's been actually the best thing in the world. Seriously, you guys use a comma instead of a period? Interesting. I guess there's not really any one set rules as to why you can't do one or the other. You know, let's just deal with the ticking. It's maddening, but it's far better than me sitting here flipping this stupid lever back and forth. Oh, where did we run out? Down here. Wow, that popped really fast. That doesn't have any power whatsoever. Okay. I suppose so. That's interesting. I guess I'm just weird because I'm like, I didn't know periods are pronounced a specific way. Alright, so this works. We just need to find a way to... Oh, fine, you ran out. That's going to be the problem, I think. Okay, so I can see where there's going to be a problem is the double usage there. That's just going to drive me nuts. This is worthless. So we definitely need a way to shake that loose. Well, I've got... let's see. Let's try that for a suggestion, because I am running quickly into a brick wall here. Oh, you know, yeah, I would have a lot more if I bothered to pull the myelin out of the box. Alright, so does this thing... Nice enough now is it doesn't have any interactions with any of that. Turn it off right now. So yeah, the biggest thing we have to do is figure out how to reset that block. Maybe that just becomes the thing. Maybe we just put it on a large timer. Good. You there. that was not what I wanted. Stop. I'm not certain how that happened. That's not good. That was fantastic. It was not on the list of things to do. That broke in a spectacular fashion. That was absolutely spectacular. Not certain how that came about. But that was good for a laugh. Put that in there. Nobody's shooting anything. Good, good. Let's not use a button. Let's use a lever. Oh. There it does that weird. Oh, you have. Okay, so let's stop this. We have once again made an atrocious mess out of this. I'm just having a morning at it. I avoided playing Minecraft for many years, just because I didn't think I was going to ever be all that interested in it. And then about a year ago, me and Shell got started in on it, and then decided that okay, this wasn't like horribly bad. And so we've been playing a little bit more, but we typically tend to do more modded than we do vanilla, and that's mostly because Shale likes doing Shale likes doing mine colonies. I don't know if you've ever done it, done any mine colony work yet. Yep. Wow, total fail on all parts. There we go. So mine colonies is this particular mod that generates all these buildings right here. So if you think I put these up by hand, you're nuts. I didn't build any of these. These are all part of a mod pack. But the nice thing is it gives you this. You basically set up a colony with a township. You have citizens that grow, live, and they work in here, and so you help them build the colony up to a point, and then they take over. And they kind of just take over, and so they'll build anything that you need them to build. And see, it's kind of like the way Civilization used to be. I don't know if you've ever played any like Civilization games, the old Civ games. And that's what this kind of feels like and reminds me of, is like the old Civilization, but you're, instead of being the overlord sitting in and staring down on top of them, you actually get in and have to help grind up the materials and everything else. Wow, it was a pretty slick cross over that mountain. So you get them all the materials and stuff that they need. Okay, so we have a little bit more work to do on this. Oh yeah, that definitely increase the amount of bone meal we get. Because that's the other thing we now need to do is feed the bone meal back into those. That being said, I have got lots of shroom lights. Just in trying to figure out how to make this system, I think I've got enough shroom lights to build all the floaty bits that I needed for my Astral Sorcery area. So this may just sit here, and I'm going to think on it, and we'll probably come back to it. Because I still think it's a worthwhile thing to get up and running. Because you never know when you need more shroom lights. But I think I have enough shroom lights to do what I needed it to do all along. That's a win. And we'll figure out the rest of that. Yeah, okay, if you guys are up for it, then what we'll do is I will... Yeah, we'll take a break from this. We'll go and we'll swap over to gunfire. I will change the stream feed, and then we'll just move that over to there for the rest of today's show. We'll all just have a good time. So please bear with us as we will cut this stream short here, and then we will be restarting it back up and running a quick gunfire match, and we'll just have some fun with that. So the other things that we have to work on is I still am wearing my Halloween costume. So next things we are going to do is we'll get the lifters up underneath the Astral Sorcery, make that look pretty up. And then we will commence to working on some Botania stuff so that we can get the Gaia fight going, so that we can get stuff to make the Shards of Laputa, so that we can then begin to build our big Botania super castle in the Overdome. On top of that, we still have the redstone work to do for the rocket launcher swap outs for the potato cannon war games. So we'll definitely get some time. I think we'll try and do some of that on tomorrow's stream, as we'll sit down and try to work through the redstone for that. And we'll get that taken care of so that we can start officially hosting the potato war games. But for all of you that came out for today's Saturday morning coffee and Minecraft, we appreciate it. Stick around. We'll be starting back up, and we will be doing some gunfire with our new friend and Katoa. So I'll catch up with you guys then. Take care. Until next time, this has been our mess.